Coventry City, a club near and dear to my heart. Thoughts on Cov? Stand up. With club legend Mark Robins now gone, it's time to usher in a new era. Welcome then to the Frank Lampard Coventry City rebuild on FC 25. You know the drill, this rebuild isn't finished until we're in Champo. If you are new around here, lads, consider dropping a sub. It helps the channel out massively, and 80% of people who watch these videos aren't subscribed. Trying to hit 500 subs before the end of the year, so all the help is appreciated. Let's have it then. Here we are then, season 1 of this rebuild. Quick look at the table there. It's still early days in the championship, but it's not looking great right now as we're sat in 17th. I don't want to sound like a Goalazor right now, but this live start feature from A is probably the best thing they've done for Careermode in years. Anyway, let's dive into the team. What we're saying then, lads, what we're saying. It's not bad, some decent players around. Sheaf's gonna be class. This right back and all Van Ijwijk. There's a 0% chance I'm saying that right, but he should be a good one and all. Get me off this 3 at the back nonsense. This is how we'll line up for now then in a 4-2-3-1. Got a couple of injuries to start the Careermode off, which isn't great, but I'm sure we'll be fine till January. Speaking of, we have 10 million to invest into the squad once we get there, which isn't too bad for a championship club. I had a couple of coaches as well. I never know if this is worth it. I think it all just drains the budget. I think it's meant to help player overall, so we'll just do it anyway. Alright, no more mucking about. We're taking over after the draw to Sunderland. Let's now jump the end of January, see how we're going and make some transfer deals. Now tell me, lads, what's the point of having the connections like Frank do if you don't use them to your advantage? To bring in not 1, but 2 players on loan. That's right, we went and raided Chelsea for Carney, Chukwuemeka, and Ronaldo Vega. I don't know why I signed these players whose name I can never pronounce, but Carney is a great signing for the future. A 2-year loan and a £6 million future fees. We could only get Ronaldo until the end of the season, but we also have a £5 million fee for him as well. A quick look at the table then, and Frank has got the Sky Blues absolutely flying as we kick in the top half of the table and threatening the playoff spots. It's been a hell of a run so far, picking up great results all around. Bit of transfer business then as we say goodbye to Brad Collins, Jamie Allen and Kai Andrews, just trying to free up some money for some permanent deals. First permanent signing of the Frank Lampard era then, as we signed Korean winger Bae Jun-ho from Stoke. He came in at £5 million. And with a rating of 73, he's decent. Final signing wrapped up there is the goalkeeper Mark Travers from Bournemouth. The Irish keeper coming in for $3 million a bit of change. Don't worry, I still have faith in Dovan, but I'm going to send him out on a loan deal for now, I think. But that's going to wrap up January. Let's now jump to the end of the season and see what we can do in our first year in charge. At the end of our first season, then we had an absolutely generational run as our form gets us into the playoffs. But not only that, we got past Borough 3-2 and aggregate to set up a promotion final against Sheffield United. Let's not waste any more time, lads. Let's get into it. No pressure then, lads. Just the biggest game of your career. Let's get into it. The chance either Sheffield or more could be in more. Could be a disastrous start. He's taking his time to shoot. He goes for goal. He's found the back of the net 1-0 after just 8 minutes. Van Ijwijk going forward now. He's going to slip it into right with the ball. He take it down. He controls it well. Trying to find the pass to Carney. Carney again. Carney goes for goal. What a finish. What was that? Carney Chukwuemeka, I think that's how you say his name. I'm just going to call him Carney. It makes it level 1-1. Bae Jun-ho now flicks it through the right. Right could be in here. A lot of space opening up. Gonna cut back and try and find second motor. Second motor goes for goal. It's a good shot. Oh, just wide. Into second half now, and Carney turns well. Sheaf could be in here. Sheaf with a chance. Oh, well blocked. Coventry coming forward with a counter attack now. It's Carney waiting for the obvious run of right here. He's in. Right, takes a touch, goes for goal. He's found the back of the net. We lead here 2-1. We're 1 foot in the Premier League, boys. Chevy now coming forward. Our blaster into Junior. Junior now diving in on goal, trying to stand him up. Great defending there from Sheaf. Chevy now coming forward. Campbell could be in. We've lost the ball in a dangerous position. He goes for goal. Oh, awful defending, lads. What are we doing? Cov coming forward now. Van Ijwijk played a great ball at the right. Right could be in here in the 92nd minute. Right. Oh, what a save. Corner here taking shot into second motor. Second motor just floats it in towards right. Who gets up? Oh, it's in. 93rd minute. We've done it. We're into the Premier League right in the 93rd minute. Get in, lads. Absolute scenes at Wembley for Super Frank's tricky Sky Blues as a 90th minute winner gets us into the Premier League. Let's go. Joining us in the Premier League then will be Leeds and Burnley, while Southampton, Bournemouth and Ipswich all got relegated. In the FA Cup we went out in the round 4 with Arsenal going on to win that. As for the Carabao Cup we went out to Spurs as well, and Arsenal also went on to win that one as well. Champo was won by Barcelona, Europa League was won by Eintracht Frankfurt, and the Conference League was won by Real Betis over Chelsea. Quick look at the stats then. Haji Wright got 25 goals and 5 assists. Bae Jun-ho got 14 goals and 12 assists. And Carney managed 10 goals and 7 assists. What a signing he's been. That will about wrap up season 1 though. What a season it's been for Frankie Lampard. To turn the team around from what was it, 16th up to the Premier League, what a year. But the next task is going to be even harder, surviving in the Premier League. Let's go. First bit of business of the new year then. There's Norman Bassett's heading over to Turkey at the start of the season. We've got decent potential, but we need funds now. Speaking of, the board have given us 47 million. That's a good chunk of change to spend. Have a look at the team then as we head into the new season. Looking pretty strong across the board, but I think we do do need a new centre-back partnership if you want to be safe this year. Vega's loan spell is about to end as well, so I'm probably going to pull the trigger on his release clause to bring him to the club. I might have to look at bringing a new right mid as well and potentially a new CDM. We'll have to see how far we can stretch the budget. Very professionally of me, I just didn't record the scene where I signed him, but we did trigger the buy option for Ronaldo Vega for 6.7 million. I thought it was less, I don't remember it being this high, but I'll take it. As for Carney, I want to get him in a permanent deal too, but I've got him for another year on loan, so I'll probably just wait till then. Moved a few lads on there to try and free up some more funds. Bink, Abikawu, Bidwell, Raphael, Thomas Asante all leaving, and Oliver Dolan going out on a year-long loan as well. First bit of transfer business in the new window then, and it is Sunderland pair Dan Neil and Dan Ballard who come into the club. And joining Dan Ballard at the back is Turkish centre-back Ozan Kabak. He comes over from Germany for 10 million on the dot. Final bit of business then, and we're giving a second chance in the Premier League to Brian Hill, the Spanish winger joining from Spurs for 15 million. And it wouldn't be a Frank Lampard transfer window if there wasn't at least one Chelsea loanee. Amando Broja signing from Chelsea on a year-long loan. There's no stipulation to buy him at any point, but he provides a good backup and a challenge to right up top. And this is how the team is looking then going into the new season. Pretty obviously stronger across the board thanks to those transfers. Some really good business done there. We really stretched out pretty much every dollar we had, and the remaining budget is probably just going to be used to shore up some contracts. Let's now jump ahead into the season and see how our first year back in the Premier League is going. Can we survive? Let's find out. Quick pit stop then in January, and it's actually been a really productive season so far. If you had told me before the season started that I'd be sitting in 14th about the midway point of the season, I would have snapped your hand off of that. We picked up some pretty consistent points throughout, and while we're not safe from relegation just yet, I'm feeling confident going in the second half of the season. In terms of transfers then, both Bobby Thomas and Joel Ladabie requested moves away, so we cashed in on them. In terms of incomings though, I don't really think there's anyone we can bring in that's going to really improve the squad. Outside perhaps a loan deal. Actually, scratch the loan deal. I'm just going to use the money to settle the buy option on Carney. And there we are then. Carney has put pen to paper on a permanent move to Coventry. He was one of our best signings last season. It's going to be great to have him on a permanent basis. That wraps up our quick pit stop in January. Let's now jump to the end of the season and see how our first year back in the Premier League has gone. Here we are at the end of the season then, and what a first year back in the Premier League it has been for Frank Lampard. As the Sky Blues finish in 12th with a massive 47 points. A whole 17 points clear of Brentford in the relegation zone. Speaking of, the Bees went down alongside Fulham and Leicester, and at the top of the table, Arsenal became champions. West Ham were pretty much top for the entire season, but they stumbled at the very end and lost out to Arsenal. Over in the FA Cup, we went out to Wolves. Arsenal would go on to win that one. In the Carabao Cup, we were knocked out by Barrett on penalties in round 2. Aston Villa would go on to win a trophy there against Chelsea in the final. Champions League was won by Atletico Madrid. West Ham did bring home some silverware, winning the Europa League over Fenerbahce, and in the Conference League, Mitrovic to be very happy as Brest comes out on top. A quick look at stats then. Dan Neil was actually our top goal scorer, bagging 13 goals. Adrian Ho got 9, while Broja also got 9. Carney managed 7 and Brian Gill got 5. Dan Neil also led the line in assists as well. What a season from him. Neither our strikers, Broja or Wright, really scored, and Wright actually submitted a transfer request. I think we're going to lose both of them going into the new season, so we're going to need 2 new strikers moving forward. We also might need to look at a new keeper, as Mark Travers only managed 3 clean sheets across 40 games. That will wrap up season 2 for us then with Frank Lampard at Coventry City. Great season to build from. When we get the transfer window right next year, we might be able to even push in the top half of the table. And coming into the new season, the board have somehow given us less money to work with than last season. What's going on? How can we push up the table if you only give us 30 million to spend? As discussed before, money is tight this season, but we do need to bring in at least 2 strikers because Wright is on his way out. Over on the left, Bai Jun Ho. He's one of the lowest rated players in the team, but he's still only 22 and has bags of potential. We also may have to bring in a new keeper, as Travis just didn't cut it last season. In terms of outgoings then, we do say goodbye to Haji Wright, who goes off to Betis for 8.5 million. He'll always have cult hero status though at Coventry thanks to that header in the final minute of the playoff final. We also cashed in on Mark Travis as well to try and free up some extra funds. Oliver Dolvin will be our backup keeper, and we'll use that money to try and bring in a new starting keeper. And we've sorted out the goalkeeper option then, signing Brazilian Bento. He's joining from Al Nassr for a fee of 18 million, and he comes in at 82 overall, a huge upgrade there. And with that, we've also sorted out our striker option for the season with the German striker Jonathan Burkhardt. He signs on for 16.5 million. The target man coming in at an 81 overall. I did plan on bringing in another striker to play backup, but I'm more than happy for Sims to have that role this season. I'm also pretty much skint as well. No loans from Chelsea in this window as we try to stand on our own 2 feet for once, but let's now jump into the season and see how our second year in the Premier League goes. And into the end of the season we go then, and what a year it has been. We got 8th place in the Premier League, only our 2nd season back. 53 points, we're 8 points off Spurs, who are ahead of us. We weren't really challenging that top 7, but what a season it was. I'm not entirely sure that gets us into Europe or not. I'll have to wait until next season. I think if some results in cup competitions go our way, then we might be in the Conference League for next year. In terms of relegated sides, Cardiff, Southampton and Burnley all went down. And of course, Man City won the league in a tight title fight against Arsenal. Over in the FA Cup, went out to Brentford in round 5. Man City would go on to win a domestic double win in that one. United would go on to win the Carabao Cup, as we were knocked out by Luton in penalties in round 2. Arsenal finally broke their European curse, bringing home a Champions League against Real Madrid, while FC Porto came out on top of the Jose Mourinho derby, the 2-1 win over Roma. Finally, Aston Villa won the Conference League with a 2-0 win over German side Augsburg. A quick look at stats then, and Burkhardt was a revelation for scoring 21 goals in all competitions. Our 2 wingers, Gill and Bai Jun Ho, bagged 16 and 12 12 goals respectively. Gill also managed 10 assists. Carney had a respectable season as well, getting 9 goals with 6 assists. And that's where we will finish our 3rd season in charge of Coventry. It has been a remarkable turnaround so far. Let's see what's going to happen in season 4 with Frank Lampard's Coventry City rebuild. Let's go. Tell you because Manchester United, who we beat in the league, won the Carabao Cup, it means that there was no pass down spots for us. But it does mean that we have full focus now on the league and hopefully pushing into the Europa League spot and potentially a little cup run while we're at it. However, the board have still managed to give us less money than they did our first year in the Premier League, only giving us 40 million this year. I get that the squad's good right now, but we need more money to invest in it if you want us to get into the Europa League. Let's have a look at how the team is looking heading into this season then. And here we are then into the new season, and the team is looking strong just about everywhere. Probably an unpopular choice, but I think it's time to replace Ben Sheaf at CDM. He's 29 years old, so he's probably maxed out his rating, and he's a 78, so he's going to start lagging behind the rest of the team this season. I have zero plans to sell him, so he'll just go onto the bench. I'm sure we'll probably wheel him out in the Champions League final at one point. I might also look into bring a top class centre half as well. We have to start taking the next step. Baker at left back is kind of stalling out a little bit as well, but I have faith that he will come good. I said he was stalling out, but then I just changed him over to a centre back on the development plan. He jumps up to an 81. Looking at his attributes, he's actually very suited to being the centre back. So what I think I'm going to do, put him in the centre back role and look to bring in another left back instead. We've also had countless offers for Bento this transfer window, but I have no intention on really selling anyone in the squad this year. First signing of the season done then. We couldn't find a left back in the end, so we just took a right back that will switch over to a left back, and we signed Yao Mario from Nottingham Forest at 18 million. We get him on a plan to switch him over to a left back, and he comes in at an 82 rated. We're doing this a lot this video, but scrap what I just said about not selling anyone. I had my eye on a certain CDM, I needed to raise some funds. We sold our 4th choice CDM, Josh Eccles, off to Brentford for 7 million. It took a little bit of wheeling and dealing, but we finally got our man. Olos Belaba signing from Brighton for just under 20 million. He's 23 and comes in at 81, so he's still got bags of potential. With the signings of Yao Mario and Belaba and the movement of Vega in the centre half, this is how the team is looking now. Being very strong across the board. Hopefully the players will continue to develop throughout the season. Speaking of the season, let's now get our 4th season in charge underway. End of the season, then what's this? We've made it to the FA Cup final with Cov against Manchester City. Our first chance at some real silverware. Strongest lineup then, let's not waste any more time. Let's get some silverware, lads. Come on. Man City have been a dominant team so far in domestic competitions in this save, but we're hoping there's a different sky blue that'll come out on top today. Moving forward now, Yao Mario into Bajanho. Bajanho could be in here. A lot of space opening up. He's on one to go for a tackle. Come on, get there. Oh, he spooned it wide. City coming forward now. Haaland, he's dangerous in these areas. Ballard just trying to stand him up. Great defending there from Yao Mario. City coming forward now in the second half. It was a quiet first one. Mateus Nunes drives forward, goes for goal. Easy save from Bento. Coming forward is Carney. Great ball into Burkhardt. Burkhardt. Oh, what a save from Costa. Trying to work it forward. Carney plays into Burkhardt. Burkhardt could be in here. He goes for goal. Oh, another good save from Costa. Oh, Man City could be in here. We'll be switched off at the back. Great save from Bento. And a counter attack here now is City. Bajanho slips it into Brian Hill. Brian Hill, if he can beat his man. Wilson hasn't got much left in the tank by the looks of it. Onto his left foot again. Coming inside. Shots opens up. Brian Hill. Oh, that's why. Into extra time. Then it hasn't exactly been a classic FA Cup final. Though Radoni's coming forward into Sheaf. Trying to find the pass back to Radoni. Now over to Burkhardt. Slips it into Sakamoto. Back to Burkhardt. Burkhardt goes for goal. Oh, well blocked. City now coming forward. Lifted into the box. Took down by Pulisic. Some good defending though, is it? I don't know. It's going to fall to Pulisic again. Into the, I don't know who that was, but it was a good save from Bento. Second half out of time now, and Bajanho plays it in. Ellis Sims could be in. Can he get on the end of it? Sims! Oh, a good save. Oh, he was offside. And it's going to go all the way to penalties then. Yao Mario up first against Douglas Costa. Not Douglas Costa, sorry, Diego Costa. Doesn't matter, he scores. Next up it is Haaland against Bento, and he finds the back of it. Next up it's substitute Ellis Sims, and oh, keeper saved it. LeBron James of soccer up next as Pulisic goes right. It's an easy save from Bento. Centre back Vegas up next, going to top left, easy penalty. I don't know who this is. Vukovic. Oh, he's on the wrong way. The keeper, good job. Next up is Bajanho against Edison in goal. It's not even Edison, sorry, it's Costa. I'm having a mare here, but Costa saves it. He's not having a mare. Ratesi up next, and Man City, and keeper's dived out the way. Ben Sheaf and the captain needs to score this to keep Coventry, and it's going to go bottom left. Can he find the back of the net? He can. Bento has to save. It's Bento versus Phil Foden. Bento goes the wrong way, and Foden has scored, and Coventry, no, Man City are going to win the FA Cup here. Unlucky lads, but we'll get plenty more chances of silverware, don't you worry. One massive positive from this season, though, we did get in the Champions League from no Europe to the pinnacle of Europe, just like that. It was a really tight season. At one point, we were sitting about 8th because every team, you look at us so close. We had a solid run of games towards the end of the season, though, and came out in 4th. Carabao Cup was won by City, who do a domestic double there. We went out in round 3 to Chelsea. Devastatingly, it was Newcastle who won the Champions League with a 2-1 win over City. Napoli beat Villarreal in the Europa League final. And finally, I think that's Inter Milan. I think Lombardio's Inter. They beat Hoffenheim 3-0. Quick checking with the stats then, and Burkhardt got 29 goals in all competitions. Our two wingers, Hill and Bajanho, got 12 each, and Carney got 10. Our front 4 of attacking players all firing this season. Clean sheet, it was a huge season for Bento and had 15 and the Golden Glove Award. Season 4 in the books and Frank Lampard's Coventry just keep going from strength to strength. Let's now jump into season 5 and inevitably get disappointed by how much money the board are giving us. Into the Champions League and the board are giving us 101 million. Well, hey, that's some serious change to invest in the squad. Speaking of, let's have a look at how the team is shaping up and see what we need to do heading into season 5. Alright, this is how the team is looking then, and it's looking strong heading into the new season. Probably the position I want to fill is this centre half role. Ballard is good, but him and Kabak have kind of reached their max rating now. I also think I want to bring in your attacking midfielder. Carney's been good, but he's starting to lag behind a bit now. Now that we're in the Champions League, we should have some more pulls, so we might start picking from around Europe. And just like that, then we found our first signing of the new season. He comes in as one of the world's best in the attacking midfield position. Orhan Sanset signing from Inter Milan for 55 million. And we keep the signings flowing then with a new centre half joining the club. Comes in an 85 rating for 25 million. Welcome to Coventry, Tadibo signing from Crystal Palace. He comes in at 85 and is a huge upgrade in the defence. Just the two signings then of Sanset and Tadibo. I don't want to rock the boat too much to strengthen a few areas around the squad. Let's now get into the thick of season 5. Here we are then, lads, end of the season and just one short year following that heartbreak against Man City. We got another crack at the title against Arsenal. But not only can we taste success in the FA Cup, we also have a great chance here in the Premier League as well. We are currently sat 3 points clear of second place Manchester City, which means if we can beat or draw with Forest in the final game, we will lift the trophy. 2 huge games to finish our season, and let's jump in now. Time to make up for the heartbreak of last year with that loss against City with a win over Arsenal here. Let's go. Arsenal coming forward now. It's Erdegaard into Saka, into Victor Roque. Victor Roque goes for goal. He's found the back of the net. What a finish. That was really the first highlight of the game, but we are now 1-0 down. Let's get back into it, lads. Come on. Coming forward now is Sanse. It's a great turn. He's going to go for goal. It's a good shot. Good save from just taken. In the second half now, Arsenal coming forward, an early chance. Victor Boniface diving at the box, trying to stand him up. He's got past one defender. It's floated in the back post towards, I'm not too sure, but to Marino now on the ball. Goes for goal, good shot, good save from Bento. One here for Arsenal, Saka to take in towards Marquinhos, who goes for goal, easy save from Bento. Bob trying to find a response here, Brian Gill diving down the wing. Can he cut back on his left foot maybe? Into Burkhardt. Burkhardt with a chance, goes for goal, well blocked. Arsenal coming forward now, Victor Roque gets the better of Vega. He's 2-on-1, goes for goal. Oh, it's 2-0, that's what a finish from the striker. I think it might be game over here, 20 minutes to go. Arsenal coming forward here now, Reece Nelson gets past the defender with ease. This could be it, 88 minutes gone, the game is pretty much gone now. Reece Nelson comes in the box into Victor Roque, who makes it 3-0. Simply not good enough today, lads. If you want to win the league, we have to do better than that. But let's now jump into our final game and see if we can rescue this season. This is it, lads. Time to dust yourself off. We're in front of the home fans and we have a chance to win Coventry's first ever Premier League title. Let's go. A win today, nothing else matters. We just win, we'll bring home the Premier League title. Believer now turning well. Some space for shot. Believer goes for goals. A good shot, good save from Shevchuk. Can't see if a Sanse. The shot's going to open up. He's going to feed it into Gill. Oh, I should have went to Burkhardt. Turns back into Sanse. Sanse now into Burkhardt. Good block. Ollie Watkins now for Forest. Gets past to Debo. It's going to be fit in to Gibbs White. Great save from Bento. Forest coming forward now. Afif plays it into Watkins. Watkins floats it over to Bowler. Bowler goes for goal. He scuffs it. Coventry coming forward now, trying to find a goal before half time. The space is opened up massively for Brian Hill. Brian Hill just walking in here. Sanse into Dan Neil. Dan Neil. Oh, it's blocked. Oh, taken short. Yeah, Mario to the edge of the box of Dan Neil. Feeds it into Believer. Believer into Vega. Trying to find space for a shot now. Vega into Burkhardt. Lays it up for Sanse. He's found the back of the net. Coventry lead 1-0. We have one hand on the Premier League title. Coventry now coming forward. Piss. Brian Hill plays it into Burkhardt. Burkhardt now could be in to wrap the title up. It's 2-0. Surely that's the Premier League title done and done then. Come on, lads. Nottingham Forest coming forward now. Yates plays it into Gotts. Gotts now going for goal. Passes across to Watkins. It's 2-1. Game is firmly on here. 20 minutes to go. Nervy last few minutes then. Here comes Sanse now for Coventry City, trying to get the restore that lead. Ben Sheaf now off the bench. Goes for goal. Oh, off the post from Ben Sheaf. On here for Cov taken shortly. It's Hill. Into Bagenhall. Bagenhall floated in towards Burkhardt. Oh, just wide. Nottingham Forest coming forward. One last attack here. Gotts down the line, just trying to stand him up. He's got past the defender. Going to go into the box, floating towards Watkins. Watkins goes for goal. Bento saves, and we will win the game and the Premier League title. Yes, lads, drink it in. Enjoy it. What a feeling. I could not tell you what is going on here. We seem to have got on the wrong side of the podium, but we will lift our first Premier League trophy as Coventry with Frank Lampard in charge. Get in, lads. In other competitions, we actually also won the Carabao Cup. I just completely simmed past the game and didn't even realise it was the final when I simmed it. We will absolutely add that to our trophy cabinet. In the Champions League, then we went out in the playoff round 3-1 aggregate to Juventus. Borussia Dortmund Dortmund would go on to win an all-German affair in the final. Inter Milan beat Lille in the final of the Europa League, while it was Villarreal who came out on top in the conference. Quick look at stats then. Sanse got 32 goals from attacking midfield this season. He managed 4 assists for 32 goals. What a year. Jonathan Burkhardt bagged 24. Brian Hill got 16 and 10 assists, while Dan Neil got 9 and 2. Bento once again got the Golden Glove Award in the Premier League with 12 clean sheets. So that wraps up season 5 of Frank Lampard's Coventry City rebuild. On to season 6, and now all the focus is purely on the Champions League. Once again, the board have bankrolled us with north of £100 million, which is great. Let's have a quick look at the team and see how we're going to spend that money to push on to the Champions League glory. Not looking too bad, not looking too bad. The lads are continuing to grow. We even got Van Uwijk at right back, who's been here since the start. I've got to keep at least one legacy player in the lineup, I reckon. Bigger though, he's stunted. He's maxed out with an 81. I'm not too sure what's happened here, but I know just the man that Frank wants to bring in to replace him. Reunited with one of his Cobham boys from the Chelsea transfer embargo days. Welcome to Cov for Kayo Tomori. He comes in as one of the world's best. We got bent over a barrel a little bit by Aston Villa, but I knew he's the right player to help us push on the Champions League. Brought in a winger as well to finish off the team. Ferran Torres signed from Chelsea for 30 million. Torres comes in at left wing as we move Torres and Gill further up the pitch. This other team is looking now for hopefully our final Champions League push. The midfield probably could be a bit stronger, but I have faith in Neil and Belieber to put together a strong partnership. Let's not waste any more time and jump into the season. Let's go, lads. One final push. And here we are at the end of the season then, and sadly we did fall short in the end. We finished second to Man City, who had just a hell of a season compared to us. It was still a very decent season. 71 points is nothing to sniff at, but it wasn't quite good enough. In the Community Shield we did lose 2-1 to Arsenal. Over in the FA Cup went out in the round 5. Southampton eventually went on to win that one for their first trophy of this rebuild. The Carabao Cup went out in the round of 16. Man City going on to win that one 3-2. As for our second run in the Champions League, despite having a really hard run of games, we did end up finishing 7th in the league stage, meaning that we jumped straight to the round of 16. And in the round of 16 we got past Napoli 3-2 on aggregate, setting up a quarter-final match with PSG, getting past them 6-3 on aggregate. And then in the semi-final we edged past Borussia Dortmund on a 2-1 aggregate win, which means in our 6th season of this rebuild we've finally reached the Champions League final, and we will be versing Atletico Madrid. A quick look at the stats then before we dive into this game. Burkhardt got 33 goals in all competitions. He really did well this year. Sanse couldn't match last year's tally, but managed 22 still, while Brian Hill got 12 and Ferran Torres got 11. It was another good season for Bento as he recorded 11 clean sheets. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the Champions League finals. This is how Atletico Madrid look like they're going to line up. Makoko and Park up front. I think Park might be Heung-min Son's regen. A flat midfield of Sancho, Vermillion, Nash and Talbi. I have no idea who Nash is. Backline of Dest, Antonio da Silva, Scalvini and Hakimi, and Oblak in goal. It's definitely a tough lineup, but we've beaten harder ones during this career mode. Our strongest starting 11 is available today, so this is our lineup. A front line of Ferran Torres, Burkhardt and Brian Hill. Sanse at the spearhead of a midfield trio backed by Belieber and Neil. A backline of Yao Mario, Todibo, Tomori and Van Uwijk, and finally Bento in goal. This is it then, win or lose. This will be the last game of the career mode. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the Champions League final. This is it then, 6 long seasons of graft from Frank Lampard, all to be defined by a single game. Dan Neil, of course, leading the lads out, and that's not the Champions League trophy, that is what we're playing for today. Right, lads, get into them early. Let's have it. Atletico Madrid coming forward numbers now. Makuki plays into Sancho. Good defending from Dan Neil though. Free kick here, a dangerous position for Atletico. Just going to play it short into Dest. Can we get off the wall, please, Dest? Plays it out to Talbi. Talbi now trying to close him down and goes for a goal. It's a good shot, good save from Bento. Oh, now for Letty taking short. Nash gets past Brian Hill way too easy. Nash now plays out wide to Sancho. Good defending though from Dan Neil. Chance to counter attack. Go, lads, go. Push forward. Oh, not good enough. And now Atletico going to come forward. Nash on the ball now, just trying to close him down. Don't give away anything stupid, lads. Makuku on the ball. Is out to Sancho. Sancho to Vermillion trying to cut him down. Oh, into Park. Great save from Bento. Talbi now plays it into Park, trying to stand him up, but it's going to go out to Vermillion now. Don't give him too much time for his shots and play to Makuku. Great defending from Todibo there. Every time Atletico come forward, they seem to have the numbers. So we have the numbers here. Burkhardt could be in. It's a great pass from Ferran Torres. Burkhardt, one-on-one. He's found the back of the net. Yes! After 30 minutes, our German striker has found the back of the net. We lead 1-0. Come on. In the second half, they're making 2 changes. I'm going to bring Sanse into the midfield and bring Carney attacking midfield. Brian Hill hasn't really done anything, so I'm going to bring on Beijing on the right instead. In the second half, lads, come on. Atletico coming forward now. It's Park. Plays into Makuku. Makuku now goes for goal. Great defending there from Tomori. We needed that. Corner here for Atleti. Sancho to take in towards the near post. Headed up by Antonio. Off the ball. Atletico coming forward now again. Now Makuku is going to go for goal from distance. Easy save in the end for Bento. More of that, please, Atleti. Been one-way traffic so far in the second half, but now we're looking to change that. Carney driving forward. He's got Ferran Torres. Release him at the right time. It's a great pass here. Ferran on his right foot. Trying to find space for stop. Torres goes for goal, well blocked. Sancho coming forward now, driving at us. I haven't got the numbers back here. Park's going to go for long distance. Good save from Bento. Atletico really putting us to the sword at the minute. Nash, that's great defending there from Beijing. Can we turn this into a counter attack? He's got the pace and he's got past his man. That's ref. That has to be a red. That was filthy. And he is. He's gone. Atletico are down to 10 men. We have a 1-0 lead and a 1-man advantage. See you later, Scalvini, pal. Even with 10 men, I think Atletico are going to be a problem. Here's Mamouche now plays it out to Vermeer. Nash plays it through to Son. Not Son, Park. It's Son's regen. Into Mamouche. Mamouche is 1-on-1. He scored. Atletico Madrid go down to 10 men, and of course they just go ahead and score. It's 1-1 now, 15 minutes to go. That was woeful defending there, but Carney now gets an instant reply. Carney into Burkhead. Burkhead's through! And from kickoff we score. Atletico Madrid got complacent after they scored, and we find the back of the net. Our German with another goal get in. Game's really opened up now as Dembele gets past the defender, driving forward. Now Dembele gets past another defender. He could be in here. Oh, good defending there from Tomori, though, to shut him down. Trying to box Atleti in here now. Only 2 minutes of added time. Just trying to box them into their own half. Stop them from getting forward. Antonio now. One last attack maybe from Atletico. Ref. The 2 minutes is gone. Ref, blow the whistle. What is he doing? He's letting them go forward. Park. Over to Dembele. Dembele coming forward now. Referee, mate. It's 4 minutes. Into the boxes. Get rid of it. Get rid of it, please. Tomori, get rid of it. Daniel clears, surely. Yes, we've done it. 5 minutes of added time when there was only 2, but we've done it. Coventry 2, Atletico Madrid 1. We've won the Champions League. 6 long years of graft, but we've got there. Frank Lampard has guided Coventry to a 2-1 win in the final. You know, when I started this rebuild, Frank Lampard to Coventry was only a rumour, but he's now officially confirmed, and if he can have a fraction of the success we've had in this rebuild, he'll go down as a club legend. But we do it now. We win the Champions League. There's no trophy there for Dan Neil to lift. We're in the immortal words of Barfa Boys, going to be throwing up gang signs, but Coventry City are your Champions League winners. It was a long, hard rebuild, but we got there in the end. Thanks for watching, guys. Anyway, if you did enjoy, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.